I gonna get suspended or fail the term, you think?
Sorry, I'm trying to tape my notes up to the screen. All right, I think we're good to go. I've got a couple people in already, but we're going to give a second or two. Sorry, we're a late start on this. Not a ton to go over today, so we should be pretty good. Yeah, hopefully everyone had a good Easter. I know it was a little weird and different, but that's the way it goes. I know that we enjoyed the nice weather and stuff, so that was good. Anything else? No? Mrs. Flock says hello. She's been working on her class things and stuff too. Well, why don't we just jump into it really quickly, and then we can kind of go from there. So first of all, let's just talk about the Oregon Department of Education, their new guidelines and stuff for expectations for schools and the school districts throughout the rest of the school year. First of all, we're needing to change a little bit on kind of our focuses. We need to be a little bit more focused on just instead of like reading and math, we need to be a little bit more focused. So we're picking some learning goals and that we're going to kind of stay focused on. So ELA learning goals, we're going to really focus on just responding from text and being able to read, especially nonfiction text, and just writing responses, especially looking at being able to cite what you were reading. So maybe like quote the article, or say how these two articles are alike or different, things like that. So that's going to be really important that we're kind of focusing in there. For math, we're going to start fractions. We're starting fractions on Monday. So it should be pretty fun, pretty exciting. But those are kind of our new focuses with the new rules from the Oregon Department of Education. So I did want to look at, I have a couple parents have asked questions about lessons on Google Classroom. There's not really a way for parents, if you're logged in as a parent, to see anything on Google Classroom for their student. But if you use your student's computer or log in as the student, you can see where the assignments are. And just a clarification that it's really going to be important that you're looking at Google Classroom, and at the very top there are a few different tabs on different parts of Google Classroom, and the second tab in is called Classwork, and that's where we're posting all of our assignments. So even if it's an offline assignment like the Pepper Science Project, there's not anything for students to turn in with it, but we'd like them to go ahead and go on to Google Classroom and click Mark as Done on that assignment. That's a really good indicator for us to see like, oh, this assignment was done. Mr. Kosan also posted a video. I've added it to my my stream here. I'm sorry, to my channel here on YouTube. So if you look at my different videos, there's one from Mr. Kosan about how to attach an image to an assignment. And that's a really great way. So say you did your science project and you have your write-up, you can take a picture of it and attach it to that assignment. And that's a great way for me to keep everything in one place. But I still have a lot of parents sending pictures on Dojo, and that's a great way to do it also, and that's acceptable as well. So we, along with the rules, with the new standard stuff, we are going to have to be keeping attendance. And that's obviously like it's federally required for students to be in school. So how do we keep attendance? What we've gone for is to be present. You are either absent or present per week, not per day. So if I get 2 types of contact from you or the student throughout the week, then that's going to be considered present for the whole week. So that means if an assignment is turned in, that's contact. Coming to our meeting on Zoom, that's contact. Writing a question on Class Dojo or Google Classroom, that's contact. Getting something done and showing us a picture or reporting that you finished something, that's contact. So any way to get 2 contacts per week is how I'm going to be able to mark that you were present for the week that we've been working. So also, we're going to go through in the video and throughout the week, we're going to be having us work on all these different assignments. And some people have been turning them in as they finish them, and some people have been turning them in on Friday. Either way works. Everything is due on Friday, so please make sure that you get it done by Friday. But we will have on Thursday a thing called the Learning Grid Response will be sent out, and that's just a survey to ask students, which assignments did you do? And that's going to be really important for us just to kind of have this list of, okay, here's what they said they did. Let me go back and find it, and then I can check in if I don't see where it's completed. So that's going to be really important that students are filling that out and making sure that you're filling it out after you've completed assignments. And also, if you have an assignment, you want to make sure you're reading all the directions. We had some students marking that they'd completed the math on Monday, but the math online assignment was to do 3 different days of practice. So it was kind of impossible to get it done before Wednesday. So having students mark it early doesn't really help us. So please make sure that your students are not marking that they finished assignments until they're actually completed. That'll help us with our tracking as well. So we are really wanting to create some meaningful work and not overwhelming work. That said, I know some of you guys are looking for some extra stuff, and I'm excited to get into our kind of weekly plan where we're going to have daily practice. So they'll be doing daily math and daily reading time, and then our assignments on top of that. That'll give a little bit more structure throughout your week of do this and this, and then work on these assignments throughout the week. Which will really feel a lot like our classroom, especially in my class, because we've been doing so much project-based stuff to begin with. If you are working on a project, then you should be not completing it in 20 minutes, right? But we're not asking for students to be sitting at a table for 6.5 hours working on something. So having those projects, those assignments that are going to take maybe multiple days to finish, but also having our daily work will really kind of create some good routine on that. So I did want to talk about like, what does a student's week look like? So if we're looking at the student's week, Monday is just going to be looking at the assignments, what is going to be done, and then trying to work on those. I'll also be trying to make sure that I'm making some updates on Dojo about what's going to go on those assignments. So that's going to be kind of Monday. Tuesday is going to be Zoom meetings. That's a big part. So I sent out the schedule. I had 17 students come on Tuesday. That was our first time we did our 3 different meetings, and that was really awesome. But with those students, I want to get all 25 of us in there. So make sure that you're trying to get logged into those Zoom meetings on Tuesdays. Wednesday, we have our parent update meeting, just a chance for you guys to see what's going on and to ask questions. And then Thursday, that's when I will release that response survey. Students don't need to complete it yet. They can wait until they're done with their stuff on Friday also, but it is available on Thursday. So then Friday is kind of that big day where everything is due. If you finished it throughout the week, turning in is fine, but making sure it's at least turned in on Thursday, on Friday, and getting that response done. I also will be posting the next week's grid on Fridays. The assignments probably we'll try to have them active on Friday, but throughout the weekend, we'll work on those to get those active. So that's kind of our plan for the week for students on what they should be doing each different day, kind of the different things. Obviously, doing the work throughout those times as well. So I told you to be short and sweet, but I'm going to see if I have any questions here and see what we can do. But if anybody has anything, please make sure that you get a chance. My screen's really dark. Please make sure you get a chance to write me a question on Dojo if you have any questions throughout the week. It does not have to be during this time either, but I'll see if I have any. It's not too much right here. I did want to talk about just kind of some of the things I've posted up. One thing I sent out on messages yesterday was a code for students to get onto their side of ClassDojo. So ClassDojo kind of has 3 different ways people can view it. I have a teacher view, parents have a view, and then students can view it also. So at the very top, in our resources and the materials part of ClassDojo, which is on the classwork stream as well. There is a link for ClassDojo students, and they can click on and log in as themselves. And that's a great way. I've had quite a few students turn in work on that. They could also, it's a good platform. It's got some video recording stuff, ways to take pictures and things like that. And that'll only be just between me and the student, and you guys as parents can see them also. But once they submit it and once they publish it, it goes to me and I have to approve it before it goes on so that nothing inappropriate gets posted. So that's a really good safe place for them to be able to post some of those things. Please let me know if there's been any issues with Chromebooks. I know that some people have been worried about use of them and things, but feel free to ask me any questions about them and make sure that you're taking care of them. And I had one student apparently was arguing with a parent about being allowed to use it. You're the parent. You are allowed to use those at any time. I just lost my connection. I hope that doesn't mean that this just dropped also. But you're allowed to take those away at any time or them back at any time. It's totally up to you. So you are in charge of that. They are not forced to be able to use the Chromebooks at any specific time. I would love for them to be able to get onto Zoom and to do the meeting on Tuesday, but that's the only kind of time that I would really like them working on it. So if you have any questions or anything, please always just hit me up on ClassDojo. And if there's a question it feels like a lot of people will be needing to get an answer for, we'll send that out for everyone on Dojo or here on our YouTube stream. I hope you have a good week. Stay safe and keep learning.